It's Week 12 of the NFL, and front and center is Sam Laporta. There are few better in the red zone as he comes in fourth in touchdown receptions. It's the Lions and the Colts, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Set to go is the kicker, Michael Badgley. And here we go from Indy. Has this at the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick, who unfortunately had that rookie season cut short at just 4 games. Good to have him back from Florida, Anthony Richardson.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play, but a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
Unable to find Adonai Mitchell with that one, and it's going to be 2nd down.
Ready? Go!
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Ready?
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. So now it's the Lions' turn to head out for the first time on offense. And leading them out in his 9th NFL season, he experienced a real resurgence last year. It's Jared Goff.
The questions about Jared Goff's future as an NFL starter, whether he's a long-term answer in Detroit, those are long gone. This offseason, signing a lucrative deal, including over $170 million guaranteed dollars. What I love about what he's done in the Motor City is he's created a sense of belief, a confidence that they have been waiting for, clamoring for. When he steps on the field and into that huddle, he elevates everybody.
By a man, and now he's in the clear. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Attack.
1st down throw from Goff. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now here's a look at his production from last week and the part he played in his offense's victory. Second and 3 now. Running it with David Montgomery. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down by Julian Blackman. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. There's an injury out there after the play, and that's Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's being looked at by the medical staff. 1st down, ball at the 36. A give up the gut to Montgomery. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Kenny Moore there to make the stop.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Completed left side to Thomas. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Badgley with the extra point. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Badgley on to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. Second among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards.
Ready up.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shot. Shut up.
Oh.
Off the play fake. Here's Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Set. Ready.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. From the 46. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now.
Ready.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Go. Ready, ready.
A give left side to Taylor. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
From the 38. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your route, but see those defenders in front of it. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
What?
Gone. Pass taken in by St. Brown. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains. And with a half of football left to play, we can see already how close he is to that 100-yard mark in this game. Got to think that he stands a good chance of reaching it with plenty of time left to go. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. This is ahead for about 5. Kenny Moore there to make the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
From the 40 on second down. Got him in. It's Thomas. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. They go play action with Goff. He brings it in. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Has it in close. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. Lions well within striking distance. Montgomery. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. David Montgomery with the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Point after converted from Badgley. And the Lions double their lead to 14. Badgley on to kick this one away. He's going to field this at the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Colts offense set to head out. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23
Come on. Set. Ready.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He throws a bullet. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Lions take over on his 5th interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And so far, with a chunk of the season gone, you can see he's been the league's most productive receiver in terms of yardage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, gone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Montgomery now up the middle. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Goff on 3rd. He's on the move. St. Brown there to bring it in. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
This is Montgomery. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. He gets him 9 on the ground. A good pickup ahead of second down. Off play action, Goff. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Goff to the air now. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. So now we get a stoppage. Looks like a timeout called by the defense. They'll go for it, Goff. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions parlay the interception into points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. And with that score, a pretty elite milestone he's reached. Just the 4th time a quarterback's thrown 50 touchdown passes in one season as his success rolls on. Badgley for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21.
Colts, nothing. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Lions.
Badgley on to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Colts are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Let's go. Ready.
From the 31. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And he touches him down as he finds enough to pick up the first. And after the play, one of the Colts still out there injured. We get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. First and 10 from the 41.
Ready.
Option give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Reload.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Lions get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Goff setting to throw. That's Thomas. He's got it. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Goff on 1st and 10. Laporta with a grab. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Super. Set.
Throwing from the gun. Throw left side, and St. Brown has it. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Well, if early results hold here today, partner, it would appear that this guy's in store for a busy game. They've already made it a priority going his way.
They always want to get a guy this talented the ball early, right? Just get him in confidence, get him in rhythm. But this game lines up well against this defense who right now has got no answers for his game.
No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing again, it's Goff. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Colts pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, gotta play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
Set. Shot alert. Chapman. Unlock line. Unlock line.
A shotgun, it's Richardson. Chased out to his right. He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Give him 24 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. The Colts pushing for a late spark before halftime. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Set. Set, go.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Buys time, rolling right. Taking off with it again. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! Going the other way, Lions have it! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. To no one's surprise, Brock, they lead in this one, and that lines up with the type of performances that we've seen from them during this 10-game winning streak. On 1st down, it's Goff. He finds Laporta. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first.
Detroit.
And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. They've got first down from the 31.
DC.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. First down throw from Goff. Diving right side, got it! That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 32.
Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a first down.
From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Sending a tight end in motion left. Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Goff. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And now they're left with 4th and short. Throwing is gone. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions get more points to end a lopsided first half. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. And he'd already matched the career best of Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes at 50 passing touchdowns. That score now makes him only the 2nd quarterback to reach 51 in 1 year. And leaves just one man ahead of him, Peyton Manning, at his single-season mark of 55. That one right down the middle. And the Lions continue piling onto this lead. Badgley on to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return.
Got it. Ready?
Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime.
Go! Hey, check that.
Yep,
Check that.
as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackled by Jack Campbell. That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And in the 2nd quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson. J.J. to J.J. Hook it up on a touchdown pass. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game. Rashad White, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, a touchdown reception. In that first half, it was David Montgomery who proved to be tough to stop. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag if it's not already.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time he could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Motioning Williams left. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Motioning the tight end now. They go play action with Goff. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. The Lions readying for the punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. So no return on that punt. And the Colts will take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll start this series with an open. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. Going the other way, Lions have it. And he's going to take this down inside the 25 before being stopped. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. So that brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions blowing them out now, 30 34-zip. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Badgley for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions grow their lead yet again.
Colts, nothing. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Lions.
Badgley on to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And this is going to be far from the only time these replays will be on the screen over the next week, Brock, but they're not going to enjoy watching them. Have not taken care of the football, and this looks a whole lot like teaching tape for this defense.
Kate, think of all the great defenses over the last 50, 60 years. The 85 Bears, I think of the Seahawks and the Legion of Boom. 39 takeaways in their Super Bowl title winning year. Elite defenses have games just like this one where they take the ball away over and over and over and over again. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Pittman, the man in motion left. 2nd down carry for Taylor. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's a short gain of 1. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. New set of downs for him at the 38.
38-yard line.
Set it. Set it. Go.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Switch. Ready.
Play action with Richardson. Over to Pittman on the sideline. Caught. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
For another Colts.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He finds Woods. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. Set.
Finds Woods. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Set. Ready.
They'll throw again. Richardson. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Montgomery hauls this one in. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. If only every game could go like this for him, right? He's been fed targets, and it seems like he's not just been able to bring them in, but he's been making good things happen every time he gets that football.
I'm having Marvin Harrison flashbacks right now, Kate. Being on the sidelines, watching that guy work, and in games like this, moments like this, where you can't...
And in for the Detroit touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Badgley for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions tack on 7 more to their lead.
Colts 7. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Lions.
Badgley on to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey. Ready?
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Taylor again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Go. Ready?
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Colts have it to start the 4th, but given that score, whew, they're going to need points every time out from here on. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Smash, smash.
Here's Richardson. Rolling. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. Going the other way. Lions have it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
And there is nothing like a defense taking the ball away for you. Right? It's all about the ball. It's all of it. You hear me preach that all the time. Get the ball back. Well, they get the ball back with a little extra bonus on that return as well.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideout. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. One of the tight ends motioning left. Goff on 1st and 10. Has the connection to right. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often. Looking to throw, Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing again, it's Goff. That's caught for the 1st. Touchdown, Detroit. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Badgley for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions continue adding on to that lead.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Lions.
Badgley on to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Colts ready to take the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here.
Ready up.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. I go.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Okay, and I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. On the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pittman's got it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Ready. Let's go. Check.
Richardson back to throw. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. 2nd and 3 now.
Ready.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Quick slant taken in by Pittman. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Here we go. Check. Panther. Reload.
Richardson. Catch made by Mitchell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
Back.
For another Colts.
Straight ahead with Taylor. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions you get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Richardson now. Hauled in by Downs. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs, just as they did.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
Here comes Williams on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
We go.
Throwing is gone. Diving right side, got it! They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a 1st. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're 1st. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Left hand.
Now gone. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference.
Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll motion a tight end left. On 1st down, it's Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. And for a long time now in the NFL, going back to the 80s even, 4,000 yards has been the threshold that you gotta hit to have a truly great year. And with that last completion, he's crossed that mark for the season. Congratulations to him.
Cut. Value 3.
1st down throw from Goff. St. Brown's got it, complete. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And I'm just going to say, Brock, if you find yourself mentioned in the same breath as Calvin Johnson as a pass catcher, you've done something right. Well, what he has just done is break Johnson's single-season receiving record and place the two of them next to each other in NFL history. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. The ball's out. He lost it. And the Colts pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball.
So we have a pause here. Inside 2 minutes, all reviews come from the booth.
Previous
And
play
they want to
is
take
under
one more
review.
look. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And in for the Detroit touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Badgley for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Colts 10. Michael Badgley to kick off for the Lions.
Badgley on to kick this one away. Returnable from the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. This finds Mitchell complete.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
This is reeled in by Pittman. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the Lions get the win on the road. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Indy.